Today I'm going to try to get on the ouwigahara dungeon leaderboard and get a champion's item. Every week the leaderboards reset, and if you are top 24 in points for that week, you can claim a random champion item. And this week, the leaderboard is about to end soon. So let's see if we can manage to get a champion's item. Competitive mode is a bit different from normal dungeons. First off, competitive is solo only. There are also some other big changes, like your ultimate having a bar you have to charge up, no double jumping, and a set map for each week. Competitive also has set paths based on the time you kill enemies. So you'll always get the same bosses, enemies, orbs, and events if you kill the same enemies at around the same times. Meaning if you want a high placement on the leaderboards, you're going to have to find the best timings for enemies to get the most points. For this week, I'll need around 4200 points to get on the leaderboard. In the first dungeon I finished with around 3300 points, which isn't too bad for the first attempt. This map is pretty difficult to play around because it's really small and enemies can easily ruin your times if you don't pay attention. The second dungeon was me trying to record all the times for each orb, in hopes of trying to figure out the best times to get each orb. But I never really ended up using any of the information and just continued trying to get lots of points without a set plan. Right now I'm just doing as many runs as I can and hoping I get lucky in one of them to get lots of points. But so far I have little luck. Attempt 4 was going really well, but I accidentally took an invisibility orb and I ran out of time. And attempt 5 was bad. So for some reason, when I got back on, the leaderboard reset, even though it clearly said there was more than a day left for this week. So I guess we'll be grinding this leaderboard now. On the first attempt of this new map, I didn't realize enemies don't spawn if you don't go near them, so I wasted a lot of time and didn't get lots of points. But at least I know now. On my second attempt I immediately was much better. If I want to ensure a spot on the leaderboard, I'll probably need around 3500 to 4000 points. Right now my strategy is to just go in a circle and get as many points as I can. But I was running into some issues. By the third attempt, I was getting some really annoying lag. I wouldn't deal any damage from M1s, and enemies won every M1 trade. But, because of the lag, the game glitched and didn't teleport me out of the dungeon when I ran out of time. So I was able to kill all the enemies and get some extra points. But it wouldn't matter because enemies didn't spawn afterwards and I just had to reset. I also found out later that the run got me on the leaderboard, but a few hours later, it was completely wiped off by people with better runs. Since I was having some issues with lag, I wanted to try to give myself more advantages. So I made my character as wide and thick as possible and turned off shadows and materials in hopes of having less lag. And it worked. On the fourth attempt I did really good. I almost got 3000 points and it was by far the most success I've gotten in any run I've made so far. But for some reason, it didn't count on the leaderboard. Maybe it's because I didn't wait long enough before leaving, or the fact that I used my points in the shop. But it's weird, because I couldn't find any info on waiting for your points to verify on the leaderboard, and I've already been on the leaderboard before, so I really have no idea what's going on. In attempt 5 I was doing a bit of experimenting and took an invisibility orb, but it didn't really work out and I only got to 2500 points. The next attempt could have been a decent run, but I sold at the end and only got 2700 points. And attempt 7 and 8 were just bad. Then attempt 9 happened. It was going really well, but at the end, I ended up choking, and Inasaki hit me with his ultimate and ruined my run. If I didn't get hit by the ultimate I probably could have gotten over 3000 points and possibly a decent spot on the leaderboard, but that didn't happen. Let's go over my strategy for this map. First off, I'll be using Ice Blood Demon Art and War Fans. At the beginning of each run, I immediately go left and spawn camp the enemy that spawns next to the rocks. Then I go over to the next enemy and repeat this process in a circle. You don't want to pick up any insta-kill orbs unless you can't kill regular enemies with a full M1 combo, because insta-kill orbs give you less points from enemies. And whenever you find double point orbs, you should try to save them for when bosses spawn, or later in the run, when enemies give lots of points. Bosses spawn every 1 minute and 30 seconds, so keep this in mind when you're trying to find the best timings for orbs. But other than all that information, that is really all I do. There is some luck involved in these runs, like what attack patterns you'll get from bosses, and the random timings between enemies hitting you and your attacks. But other than that, competitive is really all about timing everything, and not messing up. Speaking of messing up, on attempt 10 I only got 2,500 points. Attempt 11 was another really good run, that was ruined by me selling at the end. I was just about to kill a horde of enemies, but at the end I got stunned, and the time ran out. If I did kill those enemies, I would have 100% gotten well over 3,000 points. But that didn't happen. Although, I still ended with over 2,700 points. So I should have gotten on the leaderboard. And to test if I would, I waited a little bit before going back to the lobby, and for some reason I still wasn't there. Anyway, attempt 12 went horribly, and after that, I was done with this. Competitive is really frustrating to play because of the lag, and I was getting nowhere. So I stopped grinding the leaderboards. There was just no point. My runs weren't even getting put on the leaderboard, and doing the same thing over and over was getting boring. So, should you do leaderboards? In my opinion, no. If you really want a champion's item, I recommend just trading for them. It's much easier, and you can actually get one you want. Because even if you do get on the leaderboard, the champion items are randomized. So you could have done all that hard work for the worst one. And there is almost no information on leaderboards. The most I could find is in the Project Slayers Discord server change logs. But the biggest problem with leaderboards is all the bugs. As you saw in the video, the leaderboard reset with nearly a day left. Sometimes you just don't get put on the leaderboard. There is still issues with getting flung out the map, and enemies being unable to be hit. So in the end, you can definitely try competitive, but don't get your hopes up on getting a champion's item. Other than that, that's all I have for today. I'm already working on mastering every breathing style, but it's much more time consuming compared to mastering every demon art. I'm hoping for the video to be out this weekend, but with school starting up again, I don't really know if I can upload it by this weekend, but I'll try. Anyway, thanks for all the support recently, with update to coming out hopefully soon. I'll be trying to make a lot more videos. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It really helps out the channel. Bye.